Hey everyone, and welcome. You might want to buckle up because today we are going on an absolutely amazing adventure. Yep, we're taking a great American road trip right here to explore all the incredible papers and places across the country. Okay, so let's be real. The United States is huge. I mean, it stretches 3,000 miles from one coast to the other. So, how in the world can we possibly see it all in just a few minutes? It sounds kind of impossible, right? Well, guess what? We have a secret travel trick. We're going to explore this massive country by looking at its different regions. It's the absolute best way to see a ton without getting totally lost. So, what exactly is a region? Just think of it like a giant neighborhood. It's a big area where a bunch of states are all next to each other and share a lot of the same stuff, like having the same kind of weather, or maybe they all have mountains or beaches. All right, our road trip is officially underway. Our very first stop is way over on the eastern edge of the country. Welcome, everybody, to the East Coast. So we're kicking things off right here in the Northeast. If you look at the map, you can see this area is actually made up of two smaller regions, New England and the Mid-Atlantic, and they're right on the coast of that big, beautiful Atlantic Ocean. This part of the country has so much going on. It's got the Appalachian Mountains, which are some of the oldest mountains on the entire planet. Plus, you get four totally different seasons here. Pretty springs, warm summers, super colorful autumns, and snowy cold winters. And it's home to some of America's biggest and busiest cities. And speaking of weather, check out this difference. A winter up in New England is really long, really cold, and you get a lot of snow. But if you drive down to the south, their winters are way shorter and so much warmer. You would definitely need a completely different kind of jacket. Now, in every region, people have all sorts of different jobs. We call these jobs an industry. An industry is really just a bunch of businesses that all do a similar thing. So, for example, everyone who catches and sells fish, they're all part of the fishing industry. This region also has some incredibly important places you've probably heard of. You've got New York City, which is the biggest city in the whole country. And then there's Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. It's actually not part of any state, and it's where the president lives and where our country's laws get made. Okay, time to hop back in the car. Let's leave the coast behind us and drive right toward the middle of the country. Our next stop on this awesome road trip is America's heartland. We're cruising right into the South and the Midwest. If you look on a map, you'll see these regions are smack dab in the center, kind of like the country's heart. It's full of wide open spaces, really big rivers, and lots of friendly towns. So let's check out the scenery here. The super long Mississippi River flows right through the middle of it all. Down in the south, you've got warm, sandy beaches. And maybe most important of all, this whole area is filled with giant farms that grow food for pretty much the whole country. So, what exactly is happening on all these giant farms? Well, it's all part of something called agriculture. That's just a big word for the whole science of farming. Everything from growing crops like corn and wheat to raising animals for milk and meat. And because there's so much farming here, the Midwest has some really cool nicknames. People call it America's breadbasket because all the wheat grown here gets used to make bread. And states like Wisconsin are called America's Dairyland because they raise so many dairy cows to make all the yummy milk, cheese, and butter that we eat. All right, everyone, get ready for the most dramatic part of our journey yet. We are heading west, over giant mountains and across hot deserts, all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Here we go. We're now exploring the Rocky Mountain region, the hot and dry Southwest, and the amazing West Coast. This part of the country is just massive, and it's filled with some of the most famous sights in the entire world. The West is a land of incredible contrasts. I mean, you can go from these giant, sharp, rocky mountains to a hot, dry desert with these mind-blowing canyons. You can even go surfing in the Pacific Ocean and then, in the same region, visit a forest with the tallest trees on the entire planet. It's wild. And speaking of giant mountains, get a load of this. The highest peak in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado is over 14,000 feet tall. That is like stacking almost 10 Empire State Buildings, one on top of the other. But believe it or not, that's not even the biggest one. If you go way, way up north to the state of Alaska, you'll find a mountain called Denali. It's over 20,000 feet high, making it the tallest mountain in all of North America. Wow! The West is just packed with famous places. You've got the Grand Canyon, you can see where they make movies in Hollywood, drive across the famous Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and you can even see real active volcanoes in the beautiful state of Hawaii. And just like that, our road trip has crossed the whole country. Wow, we've seen that every region is totally unique and special in its own way. But now, let's talk about what brings all these different places together. You know, even though a snowy town in New England seems so different from a sunny beach in California, some things connect us all. These are called national symbols, and they represent our entire country, no matter which region you call home. Here's a great example of a symbol made out of words. I bet a lot of you already know it. The Pledge of Allegiance is something people all across America say to show respect for our flag and our nation. And of course, the flag itself is another one of our most important symbols. We have seen so many amazing places, haven't we? From the big cities of the East to the huge farms of the Heartland and the giant mountains of the West. So now that our explainer's over, I have one last very important question for you. What part of America do you want to visit first?